In 1980, a self-taught mechanic built a spaceship in his backyard, told his family he was going on an interstellar journey, and then vanished without a trace, except a letter that said he'd return in 42 months. Years later, his name would surface again in a place it shouldn't have, with details no one could explain.
Granger Taylor was born in 1948 in the quiet forests of Vancouver Island, British Columbia. By age 14, he had dropped out of school. But what he lacked in formal education, he made up for with a mind that worked differently. At 17, he salvaged a steam locomotive from the woods and rebuilt it entirely on his own. Later, he restored old cars, repaired televisions no one else could fix, and even assembled a working World War II fighter plane just from old manuals. People in town called him eccentric. His hands were always building something, but his thoughts were somewhere far away. Then, in the late 1970s, his mind turned to the stars. He became obsessed with UFOs. Granger started collecting books, articles, and reports about extraterrestrial contact. He stayed up through the night, listening to static-filled radio signals and drawing strange, complex blueprints. When asked where he got the ideas, he said they were given to him by beings from elsewhere. Behind his parents' house, Granger began building something, a large, disc-shaped craft with a dome on top, made from scrap metal and reused electronics. He said it wasn't meant to fly, but to help him communicate. At night, neighbors claimed they saw flickering lights behind the trees. Others heard a low humming that never had a source. Granger told a friend that he had been chosen for a journey and that he was preparing to leave Earth. On the night of November 29, 1980, a brutal storm swept across Vancouver Island. Winds tore through the forests at over 75 miles per hour. That same night, Granger left a letter for his parents. It said,
"Dear Mother and Father, I have gone away to walk aboard an alien spaceship as reoccurring dreams assured a 42-month interstellar voyage to explore the vast universe, then return. I am leaving behind all my possessions, as I no longer will require the use of any. Yours truly, Granger."
He got into his 1972 Datsun pickup truck and drove off into the storm. He was never seen again. Police searched for weeks. No tire tracks, no crash site, no body, just the homemade spaceship still sitting in the backyard, silent, empty. In 1986, exactly 42 months after the day he vanished, a crew of forestry workers made a discovery deep near Mount Prevost. A small crater, twisted metal. One part appeared to match the frame of a Datsun truck, but there were no bones, no personal effects, and no signs of a gasoline explosion. Some of the metal showed signs of extreme heat, far beyond what a typical crash would create. Authorities declared Granger Taylor dead. But the questions were only beginning. One local hiker reported hearing a strange ringing in the area. Others claimed to see a glowing blue light hovering in the trees. Whatever happened in that forest, it wasn't just an accident. In 1997, over 16 years later, a man was admitted to a psychiatric hospital in Toronto, 4,000 kilometers away. He had no ID and gave no name, but he told a story. He said he had been taken off Earth, that he traveled through places without light, without time. He spoke of machines that moved without noise, of beings that used thought instead of words. He drew diagrams, blueprints that matched the ones found in Granger Taylor's shed, blueprints that had never been made public. A nurse asked him his name. He hesitated, then said,
"It used to be Granger, I think."
A month later, during a blackout, the man disappeared. The only clue was a blurry image from a hallway camera. An older man, bearded, thin, but his face looked like Granger Taylor. Was Granger a dreamer who vanished into tragedy? Or did he really leave this world? Did he find something waiting out there in the dark? Or did it find him first? We may never know. But on some nights, when the sky is clear and the air is still, People say you can hear a hum in the trees. Not wind, not machines, but something, watching and waiting. Some stories don't end. They echo just beneath the surface, waiting for someone to notice the pattern. So what do you think really happened to Granger Taylor? Was he taken? Did he return? Tell us what you believe in the comments. And if you're drawn to the strange, the hidden, and the unexplained, hit subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.